Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Digna.
Welcome to Relationships.
We're a couple having a few.
You can find us on social media. We're on Facebook, and it's facebook.com/a-couple-having-a-few. On Instagram, we are instagram.com/getting-to-know-brews. And you can find us on YouTube. Our channel name is Getting to Know Brews. If you want to reach out to us via email, you can email us at drinkndrive@icloud.com. That's drinkndrive@icloud.com. So this is part B to the Desmond's birthday saga. Today, he is 8 years old. He's no longer a little 7-year-old baby.
Yay!
Sounds like it, though.
He's now an 8-year-old big boy. He's got a mustache and a little beard coming in just like his dad. So, well, the reason we did this episode is because I wanted to do his thoughts before his birthday, and also wanted to record like the thoughts after his birthday. So today is just a few days after his birthday party. So everything has set in, for better or worse in some cases. And we were just going to go over that. So one of the things Desmond said was, I asked him what birthday present he thought he was going to get. And which one did you think you were going to get?
Minecraft, which I did.
Which he did.
Which he did.
And did you... So that was a Nintendo Switch game.
Yes.
Did you get any other Nintendo Switch games?
I got Super Mario Tennis Aces, and I also got a game on Luna. It's a game on a different app, but it's also on Nintendo, I guess.
What?
The food one?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not. No, it's not on Luna. It happens to be on multiple systems, but no, that's also a Switch game.
You know what I meant.
Oh.
You also got Kirby?
Yes,
Yeah, I also got Kirby, but that's a digital game, I think.
but it's still a Switch game.
Yeah, the Switch game.
So he got, 4 games then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one game that he was talking about that was on Luna, it's the first and second version of the game.
And he bought himself a Zelda game.
And he bought himself a Zelda game.
With a birthday gift certificate, so.
And I have 4, but 2 are Target and 2 are GameStop.
Oh yeah,
Four more gift certificates.
Yeah, so he got some gift certificates, which it sounds like he already is wanting to use for Switch games. And he got himself 5 Switch games. So that was a pretty good little birthday haul.
That was just the game stuff. I mean, you got...
Yeah, that's just the games.
And I also got a Zelda Sword and Shield.
Oh, yeah.
And the case.
Like a real one, not in the game.
Right. Yeah, not real. He's not cutting anybody.
I did want to go back to some of these games, or one of these games. I just have to start this off with saying Digna is not a gamer by any stretch of the imagination.
Boring.
But the day after his birthday party, I came out, and in the morning, she and Desmond are playing the Tennis Aces game with the remotes. Because I guess they're motion activated, so when you swing your arm, it's like you're playing tennis.
But that's only on swing mode.
Swing mode, Sweet Chariot.
Swing.
So, Mommy, what did you think about the tennis game?
It was good. Not complicated. I know how to play tennis, so I can do that.
Would you say you're a better tennis player or Aces tennis player?
Probably equally as bad.
I will say I think that I'm a better tennis player than I am an Aces tennis player.
Well, that's because you're a weird lefty.
That's exactly what happened. I don't know if there's a way to switch your character from right hand to left hand, but every time
There has to be.
I'm like, I want to do a backhand because it's on the right side of my body. So I'm not very good at that. Yeah, but there's got to be a way to do that. So we'll have to look through that. So maybe all the characters are ambidextrous.
Uh-huh.
Which is funny because I saw this thing. It was a newspaper article where they meant to say ambidextrous, but they said amphibious. So they're like, amphibious baseball player hits the mound today.
Does he have webbed feet?
So exactly, he's like a frog pitcher. So they said amphibious, and they meant to say ambidextrous. So that's what you got. What other cool things did you get?
I got this really big snake.
Not a real one.
I mean, it's a real snake.
The thing really exists.
Thankfully.
It's not a remote control, but it's like a mechanical
And
snake.
I also have this little gun-looking thing, but it sucks up bugs.
Bug
It's a bug.
sucker-upper?
It's a bug vacuum.
Yeah, bug sucker-upper.
Quicker, thicker,
We still haven't gone outside to do it, but would you get to shoot at the shed?
I got some paintballs.
We're going to decorate the shed.
Woo!
Yes, that'll be something.
We should do that today.
We should do that today.
We should do that today. That'll be for your marksman training in school.
Yeah.
That's another thing. So because his birthday is right there in middle August, we decided
Middle Earth.
Yeah, we decided we're going to start school the Monday after his birthday. So that's what we did. And so today is Tuesday, so he had some schooling yesterday. And we're getting back into the swing of things today. Or you say womp womp? I think that's about right for kids, whether it's homeschool or regular school. It's just womp womp when it's going to school. But yeah, so we've got that going on. You got a little robot that dances and...
You can, program it to do whatever series of movements.
I don't know what's going on with the robot, though, but it's funny because it has a voice. It talks. I mean, it won't hold a conversation, but it'll be like, "Hello, I'm your new robot." But it has, a weird, European accent. It's like, "Hello, I am your new robot."
We're going to dance.
It is time to dance now. And even some of the ways, it would say...
How you just talked, it sounded like one of my favorite movie characters.
Which one?
I don't remember.
It reminds me...
The pig from...
That's what it reminds me
Sing?
of. Oh. I was thinking the three little pigs from Shrek, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pigs und blanket.
Yeah, the pig in Sing is also German.
Oh, is it? I didn't realize that. So there you go.
Or Eastern Europe.
Somewhere, yeah. Somewhere in that area. But yeah, he got that. He got a bunch of cool little Super Mario Lego things.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're Legos, and when you turn Mario on, he says, Super Mario Lego time!
Yeah, it's this new generation of Lego where you build whatever the course is, but then there's a little Mario character that talks, and every time you touch one of the little sensors, it will register a different thing. It's kind of like one of those QR code scanners.
Yeah.
When you go into the starting tube, it goes...
Yeah.
But it plays the Mario song too.
Delete?
Yep, it does all that cool stuff. Yeah, it's a pretty neat little toy.
You got an RV Lego.
Yeah, the RV Lego is pretty cool. It actually, the funny thing that I've never seen this with Lego. So it has the Lego family, and they have a baby carrier, as a parent with a baby might actually have. And and there's a baby. There's actually a baby.
Tiniest little Lego person.
Yeah, it's a Lego baby with a little yellow head.
What do they call the Lego people?
Minifigures?
Lego
Minifig.
I was like,
it's a
Lego people?
minifig.
It's a minifig.
No, it's a minifig.
Oh, it's that small. So a child would be a mini, and then a baby's a mini.
He got badminton. He got a kite.
I got another dragon.
Some cold hard cash.
That boy got some scratch.
Yeah, we haven't even counted up how much scratch you got.
Hundreds. So let's go. One of the ones that I was excited about beforehand, and we knew it was coming, were the plethora of bouncy houses. Remember, he was like, we're going to have a bunch of bouncy houses. And we're like,
Or two, which sounds really lame, but is actually really cool.
Yeah, there were two really big. So one of them was... Well, you tell us about them, Des. Tell us about one of them.
So the smaller one was just a little bouncy house and a slide.
I mean, it wasn't that little.
Oh, it was soup's tiny. It was
It was
barely
a
even
10
there.
foot slide.
It was huge.
But then the second one was an obstacle course. It was so hard.
And that was 40 feet long.
Yes,
My
I think
dad-
it's 22 feet long.
My dad.
You thought it was 22 feet long?
Yeah, I think it's about
No.
bro.
No, if you'd have parked an RV next to that, no.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
That
We'll
was
find
not
out.
22
Dad
feet long.
practically
That was way
died
longer
in
than
there.
our RV. There was a lot of pre-dying in that obstacle course.
Yes, we'll get to my life after this. So
Life after bouncy
so
house.
his birthday was on Saturday, but they brought it.
His birthday was on Friday.
Well, sorry, his birthday party was on Saturday, but his actual birthday was on Friday. So what we did on Friday is we called up people who live kind of close by because they brought these things, 24 hours before the party. So we're like, we got to use them. So we did. Desmond was here. His cousins were here. Neighbors were here. A couple people, different groups of people were here. And we have this little pool that I got for my birthday. And we have these blown up things spraying water and they're amazing. And these kids are jumping in the damn little pool. And I'm like...
Like little pool. Like 2.5.
It's like a jacuzzi.
Deep.
It's like a jacuzzi max. Like I'm giving...
Out the fancy jets.
I would say, yeah, I'm giving it a lot of credit calling it a jacuzzi. And there's like 4 or 5 kids sitting in this pool. And here we are wasting electricity and water on these giant inflatable things. I eventually was like, get out of the pool and go use the things. Like these things to rent were more expensive than just buying the pool. I was like, get out of the little dinky pool. It blew my mind. And I don't think I saw that being the case. I was like, you know what? They won't even care about the pool because they're these giant awesome. So finally I got them out. They still wormed their way back in a couple of times.
Yeah, even at the birthday party.
Yeah, I did not understand in the slightest why that would happen. But at the birthday party, it worked out pretty well because it was mostly smaller kids wanting to hang out in the little pool.
But then, the big kids started to get in.
Well, I mean, but for the most part, the big kids were bouncing in the big things. So, well, what happened, of course, the first day we had them, we're out there bouncing around. Probably didn't drink enough water, all that kind of stuff, But you don't realize you're so sweaty because you're covered in water. And then the next day, which was Saturday, we had the party at 10 o'clock. And it was supposed to be 10 to 12, but the 12 was just kind of like a guideline. Like we weren't going to say, all right, it's 12, get the heck off my property kind of thing. We were just leaving that as a, guideline.
Yeah, I didn't want people to feel like if I put 10 to 2 that they had to be there for 4 hours if they had other things to do. And
also, if they were looking for an out, then there you go, there's your out. So we had a lot of cars parked in our front yard. I mean, I'm glad we did it the way we did. So they would come down the driveway and then they would pull either to the left or right into the grass. And it worked out very well. And, thanks
our neighbors were gracious enough to
give us a couple spots in their yard too for overflow parking. We were definitely a used car lot out here. And I mean, some good used cars. I saw a Tesla out there, Subaru. So I mean, we had some nice
I'll have to
cars
go back
out there.
and count how many people we actually had here. But it was a lot of people.
Yeah,
There was a lot of people in the backyard, but it didn't feel like we had a lot of people because the yard is so stinking big.
Yeah, well, and the thing is that as the adults, there were probably, I don't know, maybe 20 adults, maybe, I don't know. But with the adults, it was mostly the adults hiding in the shade under the trees. So the kids, they were bouncing around and all having a good time.
Nerf gunning, water gun fighting, and
nobody touched the badminton, though.
Nobody took the badminton. It was out in the sun. I don't blame them.
Yeah, no one even looked in that general direction.
We had cornhole out there. We had I'm glad I didn't open the cornhole, but we had badminton and we had the giant Jenga, but it just was hot.
You gave love a badminton.
What?
But yes, between Friday and Saturday of bouncing and no watering, somebody overdid it like a true old person.
Yeah. So we had mimosas and things like that, and so I drank, but I never got to the point where I was like hardcore drinking. But I also wasn't drinking enough water. So the next day I woke up and felt like I was hit by a truck. And the problem was I felt like I had a horrible hangover, but I didn't get drunk to the point where you would have a horrible hangover. Mm-hmm. So I had all that. I had body aches, all this kind of stuff. And I just felt a little bit nauseous and dizzy and tried to drink water, but I didn't want to drink water because I just felt like stomach upset and all that stuff. So I spent a lot of time in bed throughout the day. Mm-hmm. The guys came, that was Sunday, to pick up the water slide, but I wanted to make sure that we got the hose and our extension cords separated from theirs. So I went out there and wound up the hoses and stuff like that, but I was moving at like a snail's pace.
And it was like 1,000 degrees out.
It was 1,000 degrees and I was barely sweating, which means my water was on empty. Mm-hmm. So by the time I got that done, I came back inside. I sat down near the fan and just kind of let it blow on me. And Digna had put the carpet fresh
Yeah,
powder stuff.
I was, cleaning up everything.
Cleaning up the war from the weekend. And that smell was actually making me feel a little bit nauseous. And I hadn't consumed my coffee that morning. So finally at like 2:00, I'm like, I'm going to drink my coffee. And I drank it. And within a couple of minutes, I was like, uh-oh. I sat in the chair here. I go, I'm going to be sick. And then Desmond, with all of his childlike wonder, he goes, I'm sick? I'm like, no, no. And so I'm like running out of the room because I'm going to barf. And he's still over, who's sick? Am I sick? Who's sick? Like all this. And I'm like I can hear him as I'm like running to the bedroom. So I did get sick and it was very unpleasant. And then I
immediately went to sleep for hours.
And then, yeah, I'd go to sleep, wake up a little bit, drink water, go back to sleep, and ate some crackers, went back to sleep. And yesterday I felt almost normal. And today, dun, 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 I am up to average. I'm a bright, shining beacon of average.
Normalcy.
So yeah, that's where the weekend took us. It took me in some very disturbing. But yeah, that was another thing. The night before we got rid of the thing, so the party was over. It was like 9:00 at night, and we hung out with our next door neighbors. And in the time that we were over there, I came in to check on my grandma and Desmond and kind of see how they were doing, make sure she was eating because we put out some soup for her. And so she was eating, made sure Desmond was good to go. And in that just 10 minutes or so, I walk out and here they are coming up. The backyard is no longer with these deflated things. They're reinflated and the water's running. I'm like, what's going on? And Digna had apparently coerced the neighbors.
I just suggested it. Merely suggested it.
It's just funny because these things are so big. It goes from like this flat backyard thing to now, dun, dun, dun.
Inflatable Wonderland.
It's like a theme park just pops up in the backyard. So I go from almost normal looking backyard because it is dark outside. You can't really see the things that well to these giant buildings, if you will, in the backyard. We went out there and climbed and jumped and hooped and hollered.
About a half an hour?
Yep. And I think that's probably what just sealed in that muscle soreness for the next day.
Like the Fireball or the lunchbox drinks. I mean, he says, I didn't drink that much, but I think he's forgetting what he had at 9:00 at night.
But even at that point, I came back and we ate some soup afterwards, and I wasn't like, there was no, I didn't get to, the way I felt the next day.
We cleaned up a dripping air conditioning unit.
Oh my gosh.
Getting ready to go to bed after our soup, I think it was, and Joe walked out to the garage and the air conditioning that is for some reason seated in our attic versus in a wall closet somewhere was dripping from the ceiling, so that was fun.
And we didn't properly clean that up. I thought it was a backup in the line. Sometimes you get a clog in that line. So I put the vacuum there and sucked out the line, so it seemed to be okay for the time being. But then yesterday it wasn't okay and it was leaking from the ceiling again. So I had to go up there with the shop vac and suck it out. And there's a giant tray that holds like probably 5 to 8 gallons of water. This tray was full of water and I brought the vacuum up there. And what word did you learn yesterday, Desmond?
Siphoning.
Siphoning. So yes, he learned about siphoning because I brought the shop vac into the attic so it would suck up the stuff, but then I didn't want to bring it down. So I put a hose in it and we got the siphon started and put it in a bucket. So we drained the shop vac.
A lot of water.
Yeah,
so much water.
It was a lot of water up in the attic. So then I cleaned that. And then I put maybe a little bit too much, but I put vinegar on everything up there. So,
a lot.
So if you walk out to the garage now, you get a little,
it smells like a salad.
Little whiff of vinegar, a vinaigrette smell. Yeah. And that's where we made it to. But that was yesterday while I was still recovering that we got that done. But hopefully that won't be a problem.
Hopefully not.
For some time. But overall, Des, your birthday weekend, how was it?
Awesome.
Yeah. So would you say the bouncy house or the obstacle course was your favorite of the two?
obstacle course.
Yeah.
Because I could beat Dad's butt.
He
was much faster.
That kid could fly through that thing. And, I mean, obviously he's, 50-something pounds soaking wet now.
My record was 10 seconds.
It was 10 seconds.
Wow. Yeah. I think in 10 seconds I'm just getting onto the thing. So yeah, he's already lapping me and all that stuff. So yeah, he was moving through it. He was quick. He was a little ninja warrior, weren't you?
Yeah.
But overall, it was a very good birthday.
Yeah. And we actually forgot one present. I remembered, I think, yesterday, and I forgot to mention it. It's still in your closet. Up on the shelf.
Oh. I don't know what it is.
What? You bought it like a month ago.
I forgot?
You bought them.
I don't know what they are. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, those. Yeah, I forgot about those. And they would have been perfect for that day. Very, very water present. So, okay, well, it looks like Desmond gets one more birthday present.
Yay! And we'll save it for Christmas.
You know what we'll do? No, you know what we'll do? Nana's birthday is next month. We'll get the inflatables for her birthday, and we'll bring out that present for her. She will not make it into one. So, but yeah,
if she tries making it through, she'll have
I don't think that's going to be something we're going to do often, but it was definitely, because we got this giant yard, definitely something that was worthwhile.
Definitely.
And I wouldn't mind doing it. Maybe we can rent our backyard out for events in the future.
Well, we know what the parking situation will be.
Exactly. All right, well, I'm happy. You guys happy?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm not going to do Papa-isms this episode, but I did like Desmond's response to some of the, I don't even know what you call them, just those old-time sayings. So I found a couple different ones, and I want to see what Desmond's take is on these isms. All right, so here is one, and you tell me what this means. Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Count their eggs first.
Count the eggs first?
But why would you count the eggs? Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Maybe because there'll be 2 in 1 egg.
Okay, that's a good idea. That's or a good possibility. So I'll give you the literal meaning for that, and then also why it has practical use. So don't count your chickens before they hatch. So if you have chickens, and they lay 10 eggs, okay?
Yes.
So you have 10 eggs. So what you would say is, I have 10 new chickens. But what happens if 4 of them don't hatch? So you end up with 6 chickens and just 4 eggs that just sit there and don't have chickens in them, or the chicken doesn't make it and it just becomes a rotten egg.
Or something eats them.
Or something eats them, or they fall and they get broken. So you can't count your chickens until they hatch.
Until they're actually chickens.
Until it's actually a chicken going peep, 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 peep. Until you have a chick. Those eggs may not hatch for one reason or another. That's what you do. So,
I gotta know.
in the case of something
Why you would say that?
Outside of farm work, another reason you would say that, don't count your chickens before they hatch. If you say, guess what? I got a new job, just because you had a job interview. So you went and they said, yep, we like you. You're a good guy. All this stuff. Like, we'll keep in touch. And you say, haha, I got a new job. So then you come back, or you talk to them a couple days later, and they say, actually, we decided to hire somebody else. And then you're like, oh, I thought I had the job. I acted as though I had this job, so I counted my chickens before they hatched. So there wasn't actually a job there. Or if you say, I'm going to Disney World tomorrow. Well, you never know what could happen. It might rain, so guess what? We're not leaving the house to go to Disney World tomorrow. If it's stormy all day or there's a hurricane comes. So you really don't want to plan on something. If you don't, what was it? It was kind of that one thing you said, if you don't expect too much, you won't be let down. It kind of is along those lines, that if you're expecting something, that's fine. But if you
say that this is what I have, what I'm getting, what we're doing, and that's what you've decided, and then it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I think multiple times as a kid, I was promised a car. Like, oh yeah, this will be your car one day. 0 times was that the case for that car. I was supposed to get like a Camaro that was George's or a Buick Riviera, and that just never happened. So if I would have got my heart content on it, I'd have felt pretty let down, huh?
Yeah.
And I probably did have my heart content on it, and was probably let down. So that was counting your chickens. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. So now this other one. Many hands lighten the work.
Well, if you have more people in a construction site, you can move faster.
There you go.
There it is. Yeah, so that's exactly correct. So many hands. So right now, if we had if we had trash in the front yard, the whole yard was full of trash. And I go out there with one bag and I'm just picking up trash. That's going to take me a long time and a lot of effort for just me to do it. But if all of us go out there and pick up some trash, it'll get done a lot faster. Yeah. So that means I have to do a lot less work.
Just like how we did our trash pickup in our old neighborhood. You know, we get all our neighbors together and do a trash pickup.
Yeah,
there would have been no way we could have picked that up by ourselves.
Could you imagine if just the three of us went out there and did that? You know, at least we had like roughly 10 people or so it made it a lot easier, and we picked up a lot. And another thing too, not only in that case do many hands lighten the work, but
we split up.
We did split up, but I was going to say, like, if you walked past a piece of trash and you missed it, but I was behind you and I saw the piece of trash, well, guess what? Not only did it lighten the work, but it made it more thorough. It was a better overall outcome as more trash was picked up. So yeah. But you nailed that one.
Boom.
Boom, shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Or right. in the words of Ava Rose, boom, shaka waka.
Shaka waka. Shaka waka, shaka waka. Yes, she knows the song, but it's shaka waka. So, all right, guys. Well, somebody has to get to schoolwork, and but this is part of his mass media class.
There you go.
Wink. All right, guys. Don't be gross.
Wash your hands.
And be safe.
Bye.
This has been a Getting to Know Brews presentation.
Music provided by purpleplanet.com. That's purple-planet.com.